planning to graduate in second week of June. It's in my schedule already. So I am actively looking for a job. And then my interest is industry-related job. So during this journey in this material science and engineering, I have some skills in thin film preparation, processing, characterization. So I want to apply these skills, actually the thin film skills, in industry-related jobs. So my primary focus is just to go for industry-related job. And then besides that, I have a strong background in physics. So I did a master's in physics from Clark Atlanta University. And then back to my country, I already did my master's in physics as well. That's why I have a strong background in semiconductor thing, which is plus point for any semiconductor related industry jobs.
Okay.
So right now.
So your undergrad is in which department?
Physics.
Physics. No, you have not mentioned that in your CV, so that's the reason I'm asking. Okay. And it's from...
actually, why I didn't mention...
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
Go ahead. What you're saying?
Okay. Actually, I did my undergrad from back Nepal, and then master's as well. Undergrad and master's in Nepal, 12 years ago, maybe in 2001, I completed my master's in physics. After that, I was in teaching field. I was a physics lecturer in one of the reputed university back to my country. And then after 10, 12 years of teaching experience, I decided to go for further education, means Ph.D. So that's why I came to the United States. And I actually did not mention in my CV my bachelor's and then master's program back to my country because it's a long gap. That's
but
why...
I think it doesn't matter, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's okay. If you don't mention, that's okay. I was just curious. Okay. So let me ask you, Amrit, when did you start applying for jobs, and which companies did you apply for jobs? Which are those companies did you apply, and when did you start applying?
Yes, actually I started to apply 2-3 months ago. Maybe before that, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And then my target jobs are Intel, Micron, and some other Samsung, especially the semiconductor based company.
And do you know?
And then
do you know?
Before I applied, just without any workout, I had my CV, and then I applied through it. But later I came to know that I need to polish my resume before that. That's why these days, actually, since 2 months ago, I prepared my CV according to the industry-related position. That's why I applied after that. It is 2-3 months.
Okay. One question I have is, do you know, did you hear back from any company, or you did not hear from anybody?
In some of the company, I did not get back any response. Maybe it's pending or holding something. But some of the company, they already rejected my application.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, do you have any Skype or any interview or any call from HR yet, or no? Not at all?
No interview by this time. But I had an interview last year in one of the company, and then at that time they didn't proceed my application further. But I had an interview back 1 year ago.
Okay.
And at that time, actually, I was not prepared, but I did my interview.
Okay. And do you hear from? So other question I have. Do you know reasons? Some reasons, or you have no idea what are the reasons that you are not able to hear back? Do you have any idea where they are? I know there are some reasons, and if you are comfortable telling me.
In my view, one reason might be the networking or some kind of internal employee referral things. One reason, and then the other reason might be this pandemic things. Everything, like most of the company, they freezes their hiring. I think these are the two reasons. And the third thing is maybe I need to decorate my CV some more, or some cover letter or something.
So let me ask you, which is the one reason? If you have to pick among these three, which is the one reason you think is more important reason? I'm just trying to answer, I am trying to figure it out. Do you know the answer, or you have no idea? Because I think I have some answers for you, but I will tell you, but I just want to have this conversation. Because many times what happens is you already know the answer. It's inside you. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you know the answer? I can tell you some solutions, but if you know already the answers, then the conversation will go somewhere else. You know what I mean? So out of these three reasons, do you think what is the most important reason?
I actually do not think that my research is okay, because my previous colleague who work in the same lab, they join in Intel and some other Micron thing.
So people from your lab has
research-wise, I think I am okay. But the thing is mainly the internal referee or something. Maybe the first thing is I put these pandemic things, the coronavirus things, and then in second position maybe the internal referee.
Okay.
The first is the current situation.
Right. So I think you are absolutely right. And the reason I am saying you are absolutely right, because I know, because I have friends there at Intel, and they have told me is that Intel has freeze the hiring for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And I have friends in Micron too. I have one very good friend there. He's told me the same thing. So my question to you would be is, it's not you. That is most important question. So what happened is, let me be honest with you. So TMS, right? The conference.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had a couple of friends whom I met at TMS. They graduated in December 2019, and they have offer from Intel, and Intel allowed them to join. But then they told me also that Intel is not hiring any new interviews, or not doing any new interviews now. But I said, well, do you guys had trouble? And that guy told me, no, because they allowed people who they already gave the offer to join. But at the same time, they are not having any new interviews. So that was the reason I asked you, when did you start looking for a job? Because if you started looking for a job from January onwards, or February onwards, or March onwards, they already made a decision. No more interviews anymore. So even though you are applying, you can keep applying, but if the hiring is freezed. And the other thing, I think this is a very important information that you gave me. They have already hired people from your lab.
Yes.
So I don't see there any trouble. To be honest with you, since you have a PR, you are permanent resident, hiring you would be very easy. To be honest, it's a very good thing. Because right now the biggest problem is with people who have visas, and I'm talking about these students who are international, so they don't have a green card. They are on OPT. Right? So my question to you is very straightforward. You already gave the answer. This is not the right time to look for jobs. Absolutely not. Right? And you can ask that question to
Yes,
me.
you
What
are
can
right.
I? But so you can ask me this question, and I'm gonna give you a very honest answer. You can ask me this question. What should I do? What should I do? I don't work for Intel or any other companies, but I know for sure that this problem is not a problem that gonna be probably solved in a 1 year or so. It's gonna be a little bit longer problem. So my advice to you would be is either don't graduate, either don't graduate. Maybe you can delay your graduation for 6 months and wait. Maybe the situation is fine, or or try to find something else that most of the PhD students do after they graduate if they don't find an industry job. Let me tell you an example. I was not able to find an industry job, and this was 2008. A housing market crisis happened. So they same situation. I was interviewed only for one position, one job, and that too didn't happen. So what did I do? I went for a postdoc, right? And I mean, you don't have a trouble because you are not an international student. You have a green card, but I didn't have that leverage that time. So my point here is, what I'm trying to tell you is, you can keep applying for job. I don't think there is anything wrong with your CV or anything wrong with your lab, with your university, or for that matter, you have a age gap or whatever. But I can tell you for sure what you have to do right now. If you are planning to graduate in June or December, prepare for plan B. Because if you see, here is the thing. The whole idea for me to talk to any student or any person is to tell them that don't be delusional. That's the worst thing that anybody can do, to be honest. You can say, oh, why did this happen, and this, all this can, why me, and all that. And to be honest with you, I have my share of problems too in my life. It's not like I had a smooth ride. But all I can tell you is,
Okay.
if you are not able to find the solution of this problem, or what I say, plan B, if you keep saying that this is what I want, this is what I want, I mean, it's like you are trying to open a door, but there is a wall there, and you think it's a door, but it's not a door, it's a wall. And you can keep thinking it's a wall, but it's not a wall anymore. It's not a door anymore. It's a wall. So it will be exactly like that. You know, you are thinking there is a door, but that is a wall basically now. So what you're gonna do? You can't go and do a strike in front of Intel and say, give me a job, right? You can't do that. Nobody can do that. I mean, it's their company. They can do whatever they want. And right now, that's what they're doing. See, if you would have graduated in last year, 2019, August, I can bet you had offers.
Okay.
But right now, the situation, and to be honest with you, this situation may go away. This situation may be not be there in December. But all I'm saying right now, that is the company's policy. So nobody's hiring right now. Hiring is freezed. So what you can do are a couple of things. Number one, try to find plan B. What can I do if I cannot find an industry job? That's number one. Number two, don't look for a job in semiconductors. Look for somewhere else where they are still hiring. Look for defense. Look for space. Look for aerospace. Look for manufacturing. Somewhere else, totally. But don't
Yeah,
go,
okay.
but don't go and look for jobs in oil and gas. Don't go and look for job in automotive because they are firing too now. And you know the situation with oil and gas right now. So what I'm saying is, don't get fixated. Oh, I have to find a job in manufacturing, because that's what you are saying. Like, this is my CV. This is how I have to find a job. This is my interest is. But again, it's your choice. But find somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Look for somewhere else, because they have already told people we are not hiring. And I'm telling you that it is just not you. I had a couple of friends, a couple of students who called me from other universities, from NC State, where Intel used to take people like in bulk. They are saying we are not hearing them. Same question, same problem,
Okay.
right? So my advice to you would be prepare for plan B. You can still keep applying. Nobody's saying don't stop applying, keep applying, but plan B is ready. And then at the same time, I would also advise you, if you are applying for industry job, make a new CV which doesn't look like a CV from a person who has experience in semiconductor, but more looks like an experience in manufacturing. Go for jobs in manufacturing, look for job in defense companies, look for job in any other sector where there are hiring.
Yes, you are right.
Right.
So actually, why I decided to plan to graduate in this summer is I just want to take out from me in from the comfort zone. If I came out from the comfort zone, that so to explore me some job like in like progressive way, creative way. If I am in comfort zone, definitely I will not be so active. That's why I decided to
No,
defend in
yeah.
this summer.
And I'm not blaming you. I think you are doing the right thing. But all I'm saying is that this is not the right time. That's number one. Number two, the places where you are looking for jobs, their doors are already shut down.
Yes, you are right.
So you can graduate. That's fine. I mean, of course, you have to graduate. You can't keep studying forever. But find a job somewhere else where there are hiring people. And if you are saying I want to find an industry job, I want to find an industry job, but if there are no industry jobs, and actually, to be honest with you, I'm not too much worried about you because you already have a green card. So I think if you are able to improve your CV or prepare another CV which is more of a manufacturing